Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. My name is David and this channel is Damar's Coaching, and this is another video I'm going to put in my Healing CPTSD playlist. You don't have to have that disorder for this video to benefit you. As you know, most of my videos are about toxic relationships and healing from them. A huge part of this is the escape plan, or divorcing them, leaving them. What happens afterwards? And I'm going to talk about the financial part today. Hopefully this will help you in other parts, but financially speaking is what this video is about. This could be so important for some of you, extremely important. We were neglected, and we learned about boundaries, or didn't, or failed to, in childhood. Okay, if we're in neglectful, abusive relationships in our adulthood, it began in childhood. And we weren't taught healthy boundaries at all. And a part of financial independence in a relationship is about boundaries. Any of you who have been married to someone with narcissistic personality disorder, how did it feel in that marriage or long-term relationship with them about finances? One thing I couldn't imagine is being in a position where I'm financially dependent 100% on my spouse, who has severe mental illness like narcissistic personality disorder, who has not much remorse, not much empathy, entitlement, grandiosity, and is abusive to me. And I'm stuck, and I don't know what to do. So imagine if I didn't have enough education, if I hadn't been working for 20 years, and now I'm 60 with no money, no work experience, no references, just a bunch of belongings and responsibilities. That's very scary. I know many of you watching this video know exactly what that feels like. I'm sorry. Financial exploitation. It occurs in almost 100%, I think it's 97 or 98%, of relationships that are neglectful or abusive. There's financial exploitation of some kind. Whether that's you paid for the first 5 dates, or you don't even get your own money. They take your paychecks, okay? Seen it all. An ideal relationship, financially speaking, must have financial independence. We cannot be dependent on each other financially, okay? When the relationship begins, and throughout the entire relationship, marriage, there must be, finances must be kept separate. Both parties have financial security, and both people work together for that. Okay? Real simple. It's okay if there's one person that has income in the family. You can have children, okay? And mom has a big job being mom, taking care of the house and feeding the family and stuff like this, getting everything the house needs and taking care of it and all that. That's a big job. So if one of them, and I said mom, doesn't matter, if one spouse makes all the money, the other spouse gets half of it, period. I get half your paychecks. I put whatever I need away for myself, and they put the rest of it away for themselves. And we can have a joint financial account, something like that if we need to. Okay? But look, if I was going to take care of someone financially, I would want to make sure my spouse feels okay and secure. What if something happens to me? Stuff like that. Anything different, there's something wrong. They're exploiting you. So, without diving too far into that, studies have discovered that among unhoused single adults without children, the percentage older than 50 had increased from 11% in 1990 to 37% in 2003. In more recent studies, someone named Cashel, his research group found this number to be closer to 50%. And just for some of you who don't understand what I just said, because I didn't say it well enough or read it well enough, that possibly 50% of people over 50 that are unhoused single adults without children are homeless. This is growing huge. I've seen it firsthand personally. A woman in her 60s that spent 40 years taking care of her husband, her children, and the house. The second she's sick, maybe needs surgery, husband just found someone else, throw her to the side, make sure she has no money to even fight him in court, take everything, children, everything, because they have all the money. And they're living in their cars. There's a phenomenon happening right now with people, with seniors living in their cars. And not because they're drug addicts, alcoholics, can't keep a job their whole life. It's because they didn't take care of themselves financially and depended on someone else that's toxic to do that for them. And it's not, I'm not going to say it's your fault for anything that they've done to you. And I don't think that most of you are aware. And most of you are in this for the long haul and were completely committed till death. And you thought they were too. Because they took those vows. I'm sorry. It's really sad. The reality of the situation of a 65-year-old woman with no job experience and no money making it, the reality of that is slim to none. This is happening so much more. Who knows why? Because I know you guys say, well, David, haven't there always been narcissists? Yeah, but culturally, the 50s didn't look like that. There was just as many narcissists. It must be cultural, right? Divorce is becoming more acceptable. Yeah? Leaving your wife and children stranded isn't so bad anymore. Especially as more people are doing it, as more relationships and marriages fail, there's more single people available. Sad. We need a plan, okay? So if you're trying to exit your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, live in, long-term, all this stuff, usually we're so enmeshed, right? Not just emotionally, but we may have joint, the phones are in both our names. The bills are in both our names. The house, the business, the cars. We don't do that, guys. No need for that. Keep your stuff separate. It gets real messy. So we need a plan. I made a video recently about behavior modification, gray rocking, things like this. This is to help people survive in a relationship they can't quite leave today until they get out of there. But we need a plan. We need a financial plan. What are you going to do? Okay? And we need a plan for your behaviors. How are you going to act? What's your attitude? How do you want to react to this and this and this? Do you want to be love bombing and nice all the time? Do you want to be mean and stern? Do you want to just get out of there and survive? What do you want to do? It's going to be different. There's no plan for everyone to follow. We have different brains, different relationships with different people, different scenarios, circumstances, and we all want different things. Come up with a plan, guys. There's a story by Hannah Grubenstein on PBS NewsHour. And she quotes Dennis Calhoun, professor of social policy at University of Pennsylvania. He says, elderly homelessness has been rare within the contemporary homelessness problem. It's now arguably the fastest rising group. Fastest rising group is elderly homelessness. What the hell are we doing? We don't even take care of the homeless. Now there's the fastest rising group in America possibly is elderly homelessness. Are we going to do anything about that now? I mean, it's just disturbing. So, I looked up an article, and there's a ton about this. There's tons of stories about this. Google it. Google anything you want. You'll find tons. I just picked out a story. It's called from the couples financial coach.com. I guess it's a couple that are both coaches. How to hide money from a spouse legally. 10 ways. I have helped other clients with this, and I believe and been told they're great ideas. There's some of these, but not all these. I found more great ideas. Okay? I'm not encouraging people to hide money from their spouses. Let me be clear. Don't take this out of context. If someone has a problem with this, you don't understand. Okay? When a 65-year-old woman is dealing with being homeless in her car after serving her family for so many years, because he won't help her, won't give her any of her own money, sometimes we have to resort to different things. Sometimes there's not laws that protect this, okay? There's nothing normal or typical about this. So I'm not encouraging people to do this. I'm offering a way out so you're not homeless. It's not illegal to hide money from your spouse, except in divorce proceedings. You get caught, you will be fined. Okay? Just want to start there. Here's the 10 things they recommend. Like I said, some of these are mine, but some of them are theirs. These are all in the article, but there's some good ones. Okay? I'll just fly through these. Number 1, don't disclose new income to spouse. Don't disclose it. Don't tell them. If you're going to get a raise or promotion, don't let them know. It's not illegal. Okay? Get cash back on purchases made with your card. Your credit or debit card, you can make big purchases. And every time you make a purchase, you go to the grocery store, you buy $140 worth of groceries, get $40 cash back. The receipt will just come up as $180 from the grocery store. Now you have $40 cash. Okay? Number 3. Get a safety deposit box. Only in your name. Your spouse has no access to that and cannot find out that you have one or what's in it. It's a great way to hide money. Okay? And guys, if you're in a toxic, neglectful relationship, you don't have to wait till they serve you with divorce papers. Okay? You can start doing this regardless. You might want to leave on your own someday, or all of a sudden you may get served with divorce papers. Or your boyfriend didn't pay the rent. You guys have to be out tomorrow. He didn't tell you, but he knows, and he moves out tomorrow. Okay? Pretty scary. If you're scared, good. That's healthy. There is such thing as healthy anxiety. Yeah? Number 4, in quotes, paying off familial loans. Honey, my mom, my sister, my brother, somebody helped me, lend me some money. Remember, I told you about that 4 years ago. I got to pay him back. And then this is money that your family, people that you trust, are setting aside for you. That's it. It's a good one. Number 5. Purchase new possessions that will have value later for return or sell. Big purchases, a bicycle, a car, objects around the house, something that will keep its value, that you can return and you can sell for cash later. It helps if you're going to purchase something and return it, to purchase it with cash. If you purchase things with a card, they'll only return the money back to your card. Number 6, file taxes separately and overpay. Brilliant. Brilliant. You can do this with bills that are in your name only. Your phone bill. I help people get out of financial debt, and that's one thing that I have them do. If my phone bill is $60 every month, why not pay $80? And I don't mean pay $40 the next month. I mean pay $80, pay $80, pay $80. Pretty soon, the phone company is going to owe you $500, and you will get that back no matter what. Smart. If you could do that before the divorce proceedings, and each bill owes you $1,000 or $500, you might have a couple grand there saved by the end. Okay. Number 7. It says prepaid gift cards that won't expire. So you can load up prepaid cards, gift cards, stuff like that, where you can get the cash back, transfer it. There are tons that exist like this. And make sure that they just won't expire while you're keeping them, like that, saving them to get money out a year from now or 2 years from now. Make sure they don't expire. Number 8, cash income. Try to do odd jobs, odd work, find on Craigslist, find in some community post, stuff like this. Ask around for people that need stuff done that you can do, whether it's cleaning or organizing, stuff like this. Whatever it may be, driving jobs from private people that pay cash. Right? You can go put it in that safety deposit box or pay your family back. Number 9, it says to get a personal credit card, and I'm not too sure about this one. When I'm helping people get out of debt, I make them get rid of credit cards because it just makes you more in debt, and you're paying more for things than they originally cost for making payments. So I'm not sure why it says get a personal credit card, except that you're in a bad situation, and that could financially help you later if you're in a tough spot. So along with, I wouldn't say that this is a way to hide money as necessarily as it is a way to have more financial independence or just some security that you feel okay if something happens, at least you have a credit line that you can use, okay? And number 10 kind of goes with let's see, kind of goes with one of the earlier ones, and it says by with the daily or delay promotions and bonuses. Okay, so not just don't tell them and then take that. So one thing you can do, what I said earlier about promotions and raises and stuff like this, you have a certain amount of income and keep it that in your account. So when you get paid, the excess goes into a separate quiet hush account, your family deposit box, and you just keep that same amount income coming in every month. If that makes sense. This says delay them. If you're about to go through a divorce next month and your job wants to promote you and give you a bonus or something, see if you can delay that. Can we wait another 2 months, 3 months, something like that? Makes sense, right? So you have to pay on that because in the divorce proceedings, you will just get charged more for that. And if you don't disclose it, you could get fined. Everybody, don't do this. Don't do anything like this alone. This is psychological and emotional. You might be traumatized. You might have CPTSD. You might have mental illness. And this is extremely stressful, extremely tough. Don't do this alone. Hire somebody. And I know if you're trying to save money, David, how can I do it? Get somebody affordable just to be in your corner. It's an investment. It's worth it. I know you're trying to save money. Give a little to somewhere that really gives you the kind of help and support you need to succeed at this in the end. Okay? Hire a mental health professional or coach. Seek a lawyer. A lawyer can help you with a lot of this stuff. Laws are different state by state. Okay? Find out your rights. Find out what you can and can't do. They might have other suggestions too for you. Okay? Let me know. Ask questions, everybody. Ask questions. Tell us your own experiences. And any of you who have any other advice that I haven't talked about today, or if you disagree with some of this because you've had a bad experience from doing one of these, let us know. Okay? I'm always trying to learn, always trying to be better for you guys. And so you guys putting your comments in there aren't necessarily for me, but they're for everybody else. Okay? Read people's experiences. Share. You're not alone at all. So many people going through this. I just read some statistics, and it's obvious that there's a ton of people going through this. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay? Love yourself first, guys. I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.